please. You could get used to that, Colin. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. I'm not sure I will, but yes, it's very flattering, I have to say.
Yeah, well, it's nice to be recognised, isn't it? Why did you start helping people? In actual fact, what do you do? What is this actually for? Tell people what you do.
Thank you. Well, it started in 1989. I started a business. I wasn't very happy at work, and I just started a business with a 50 quid. I bought a van and I started recycling paper. And recycling is very labour intensive, and very soon I was employing people from the job centre in Brixton. And it was then that my eyes were opened to just the level of poverty and desperation that exists just below the surface. You're oblivious to if you've got a reasonable income. And I put an advert in for the first job, and within half an hour I had a queue of 80 desperate men going around the corner of my warehouse in Brixton. And it's then I realised just how much unemployment affected people. And so since then, every business I've run has been dedicated to creating employment for those people who are just on the margins and can't get a job.
And so you've been a Brixton resident for all these years. Just recently,
pretty much, yeah.
You've helped after people have been displaced in a business and personal sense. I suspect after this massive regeneration of Elephant and Castle, haven't you?
Yeah, that's right. So I started Tree Shepherd about 6 years ago, and that's really focused on helping people on benefits or low income to start a business because they find it very difficult to get a job. They might have children or they might have elderly relatives to care for. And that very rapidly, without experience of starting up hundreds of business, very rapidly got us involved with businesses that are under extreme pressure from regeneration, like the ones that you're talking about, the Elephant and Castle. So although they're longer established businesses, they have very similar problems because they've been there for 20 years or sometimes even 30, and now they're faced with virtually starting again in a new location. So it's almost a start-up.
Yeah, they need They need a helping hand. They don't know which way to turn.
They absolutely don't. They really don't know where to go, and they need someone to talk to, someone to sort of vent their anger with at first, but then to build trust with, hopefully, and then start to develop a new business plan for what is a very different world to the one they started their business in 20 years ago.
You were just mentioning how you were surprised how just underneath the surface, even though you grew up in Brixton, that you were surprised at how just under the surface there's this talent, there's this struggle, there is a lack of opportunity. People don't know how to take advantage of it. I just wondered, are you familiar with a charity I do a bit of work with called Making the Leap?
No, I'm not. No.
Can I ask you to look that up? There's a bloke called Tunde Banjoko who is just fantastic, and what you have done has largely reminded me of what they do, which is it's a development of soft skills like handshakes, the way to dress, write a letter, put together a CV, the importance of punctuality, the importance of not stinking when you turn up as well, hygiene. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
All those things that some people take for granted if you were taught those things, but some people never get taught them.
Never get taught, no. So in a previous business I ran called Greenworks, we would just employ those people. They'd turn up for an interview, and it was almost a mock interview because we were always going to give them the job. But we tested them out, but amazingly, if they stay with you for a week or 2 weeks, some of those habits that they've evolved, they start to lose them, their confidence grows, they're working with other people, they start to see that actually being punctual, being clean is socially needed, and they get the message themselves. But actually, while they're in work, and for me, the secret is to tap into people's energy and enthusiasm and to give them a chance. So I've been focusing on create the jobs, give the jobs to people, tap into their energy, tap into their skill, and then you'll see the change happen. So we help people start a business, and they've had no money, no confidence, but they've got some skill. And when they get that first income, they make their first sale, you just can't believe the change it makes to them and the confidence it brings.
Confidence, success, higher expectation, aspiration, all these things are beautiful, and you've changed a lot of lives, Colin. All they gave you was a lousy MBE. You should have been knighted, mate.
I don't know about that, but I don't know how that all works. But I know the best reward I get is the smiles on people's faces when they get started, and they get things going. So for me, that's what I need. That's what keeps me going.
Gets you going. All right, mate.